Welcome back, heroes! And we are back at it with our Stormbringer. Hopefully the lag has subsided now that the storm has gone away. We will find out. I am really hoping that that's what the main issue was. I went to go start working on doing some videos, and my sister needed to go run some errands, and she didn't want to take the little one, so I got voluntold to watch the little one. But we're back at it for this, so once we're done streaming today, we'll definitely be working on the video for this. I'm hoping to get a little bit closer to 40, but we will see. We need 3 more rogues, which are always the trickier ones to get, because they only spawn in these houses. So, a little frustrating there. Man, talk about instant relief. The second we walked into this little hut, man. Oh. There we go. I don't think I can get that world forged item without taking on all 3 of them. Go ahead, Gene BQ. That's why I don't like doing it. Look how fast they respawn. I was not planning on taking on both of y'all at the same time, but alright. We need 1 more rogue, and we'll be aight. They've been hit with sleep spell. If anybody watched Viva La Dirt's child mode gaming, still shows I'm lagging on the internet, which tells me 2 things. Number 1, because there's only 1 console running right now besides my computer and 1 TV running, that the internet that they picked up is not capable of keeping up. So there we go. Like, it's not lagging hard enough that it drops it completely. It temporarily goes to a poor connection, causes a little bit of lag, has the stream fall behind a little bit. So, Starlink, that's like, I want to say like $150 a month or something like that. And I don't know if even if I offered to try and help pay it, I don't know if my sister would want to do that. So I don't know. I'm gonna talk to her and my brother-in-law this evening about it. Wait a minute. This is totally different. Yeah, I would love to have something like that because from what everybody tells me is, uh, it is a really, really good internet source, but I don't know. Obedience branch. I don't even know what I'm needing up here. What did I just pick up? I got that. Did I also get a key? I did. I got the dull iron key. They have drastically changed to this place, man. Don't mind me. Dude, get your giant fat thing out of my way. If you do speed test, what kind of download uploads are you getting? I did one yesterday. I mean, like, let's see. So let's see what it is today. Like download yesterday was just over 100, and upload was like at 8. It's gonna be a little different, I think, just because we are currently streaming. So that's gonna take most of this bandwidth out of it, though. So right around 2 while I'm streaming. So, I mean, not the best, but it should still. And it's 30 for upload. Yeah. Even when I wasn't doing anything and the kids were all home yesterday when I was doing the speed tests, trying to get stuff set up, I was sitting at around 8.5. So it is definitely an issue. Hello? What do you mean target's not line of sight? I think what really frustrates me about it, though, Vibes, is the fact that not only like does it seem to lag out, but there are times where I don't even like I'm not lagged to the point of where I'm like DCing anymore. I'm lagging like just the stream buffers because it's the upload, so it's not able to send that information properly, which is frustrating. All right, is what's his face still? See, there used to be a hut there, and now it looks like there's a 2-story hut here. So I'm gonna go yoink my way back down this way. You wanna get that guy for me? There. I mean, it runs pretty smoothly for the most part, so I don't know. But like I said, I'm gonna talk to my sister and my brother-in-law tonight and be like, what would it take for us to get a higher end? Oh Lord, internet. Wow, my heal does like no healing. There we go. Map. I wish I could zoom in so I could see where this dude is. At least it's letting me track it now. Oh crap. Templar! Ah. Yeah. Cause like I'd be willing to help pay for it. You know what I mean? Like I'd be willing to figure out like what a better internet service would be. Oh, nice. Somebody wants to res me. Thank you. Thank you so much. So it says the dude is in the castle apparently. But we'll see. I mean, it's their house, their bills. I don't mind helping pay a little bit to get higher quality internet. Oh crap. So we'll see. Like I said, I'll talk to him tonight about it. For the most part, it runs fine. It's just every once in a while, YouTube says, hey, we're not getting enough data. And then that storm just blew through and I couldn't do anything, so... So he is supposedly down here. Oh, he is. He's right here. Requires the burnished gold key, which comes from Jailer Marlgan. If they could bump the upload speed up 5 megabytes per second for 10 to 20 bucks a month, that would be huge. Hello, one question. How do you get transmog like yours? It comes from the box that you get when you first do it, and then I think you can buy it on the in-game store or whatever you want to call it for their shop thing. I think you can buy it there for probably around like 20 bucks, probably. Was thinking mine/BS, but not sure there is much int and spell power gear in that. What? I missed your other comment. Hey, bud, for Starcaller, what main professions should I pick? You were thinking mining and blacksmithing, but not sure there's much spell power gear in there. There will be when you get to around like 30, 40, somewhere in that ballpark. You'll start getting some int plate mail. So there is that, but outside of that, I don't really know. Ludicrous. No problem, Bag. I'm gonna be honest with you. The reason why we have this transmog is all thanks to Vibes in chat. So, okay, so blacksmith is better than going leatherworker then. You have to wear, like, your character wears plate mail, right? For all the specs on that? I'm about to die. Yeah, you get one free chest per character. Or per first character. So if you make one on Vol'jin and one on Rexar, you'll get 2. Yeah, so going leatherworker won't really help you in the long run. Short term, probably, but long term, no. So I would recommend going mining, blacksmithing, and hope to get some patterns that give you. Basically, you're going to be looking for like paladin-esque type gear, like the paladin healer gear. So that would be my recommendation for Lookout, is look for patterns that will give you that kind of gear, and then look for let's see, it says the turn-in dude is up this way. But yeah. What's up, Caleb? Right, yeah. I'd say low level, if you find anything that has spell power or int on it, wear it to upgrade your damage that way. And then when you can start getting your paladin gear, I think everybody was saying around level 45, that's when you'd want to swap to start trying to get that kind of stuff. Or if you can blacksmith it earlier than that.
God all day. I am forsaken. Beware, our enemies abound.
I have no idea what that quest was, but we just picked it up. Whoa, what about a tornado? Hold up. It says there was a tornado in our area. Oh. And by my area, it's all the way in San Antonio, Texas. Are you joking? Stupid weather app. This is why I don't like the weather people. Figure it's like the one class I haven't tried, might as well give it a shot. I'll tell you, I liked the archery build. I don't know which way you're going with it, but the Starcaller Archer was pretty fun. And once you figure out how to get basically infinite mana with that class, I think it's a lot a lot more in depth too.
Speak quickly. Dark Lady,
All right, so we've got Foreman. I know where he is. And then we've got all of those guys. And I still don't think I'm going to do that quest because I think that's in the area with all of the elites. Archer, yeah. The Archer is actually really good because you'll eventually get to the point where you can get basically infinite mana to do damage. So Starcaller wants int. Most specs want as much int as possible. Paladin S gear has slightly lower int value over the pure caster gear. Right, but doesn't the Paladin healer gear have the spell power for increased healing? I'm running the wrong direction. If I remember correctly, because it's technically int spirit and spell power, right? Or am I thinking of a different class that has the spirit int and spell power? I could have sworn that was Paladin. Not really, unless you played the tank or healer spec, you might get away with T2 dungeon paladin gear. Well, that's what I was saying. So, like, if you get the healer gear to drop, it should come with those three, right? But both DPS specs want maximum int. Okay. Well, if that's the case, then yeah, I mean, still going blacksmith is still going to be the best bet, mining blacksmithing, so that you can just get the ink gear and then hope that it rolls with the stats that you really want. I need to do some more enchanting and tailoring it, but I don't have any more mage wave. That's fine. I'll take the loss of 2 spell power for that belt. What's the best spec for Stormbringer? I'm gonna say it's Maelstrom right now. Yeah, I agree with Ludacris. We are absolutely smoking it in See, I just don't know, like, this sounds good with 1 extra spell power, but we would lose the 13 int, and I just don't think it's worth it. Oh, nice. Yeah, we're equipping that. And we're not losing 11 spell power. Does it have better AoE than Lightning Spec? I wouldn't say better AoE, but definitely it has a lot of AoE. Like, if we can get into a dungeon, you'll be able to see. Speaking of, because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 skills that are AoE. So I think Druid Shaman-esque armor might work good for both DPS builds too. It's agility and int favored. Potentially, yeah. Let's see. Agility would increase. Well, I don't know, because if it's an int-based class, I don't know how much agility would benefit it. Come on. Hello, use your skill. Agility increases auto attacks, crits, and such. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do crit then on that build, I would highly recommend doing the shaman stuff then, or the shaman druid leather stuff. Or well, go let's see, need roll on that. Go the shaman then, because that's male at least, so that you'll get the higher defense in case you do get smacked around a bit for like solo content kind of stuff. this poor healer. Wow, it said I got the spell off twice, but it didn't actually get the spell off. Leveled up. So, I mean, as you can see, we have 5 total skills that do AoE. While we get to channel Stormflow and use Brine, which is our heavy hitter. So as you can see, just with our damaging, Brine did 8.7k damage on the last guy that we fought. Which should be showing us this guy, right? So a whole whopping 30-second fight, 29-second fight. We did 8.7k damage with just our Brine. Drown only hit once and did 3,100 damage. We had Torrential Wrath and Stormflow following up, did a little over a K per. Conduction, which doesn't really do much for us except for increase the damage of Drown and Torrential Wrath. And then somebody hit us with Envenom Weapon, so it's whatever. But what level does Stormflow start affecting multiple targets? So technically, we could grab that. So So Stormflow won't hit multiple targets as far as I know. I haven't looked too far into it. But we do get it to where our brine will hit an additional target. Your electrocute can now be used while channeling Stormflow, so we'll be able to use our finisher on that. But yeah, I mean, we're getting up there now. Grab that again. We're going to put another point there. I'm heading down to grab Thunder King. So the question really goes, do we want to go Thunder Grip? No, that's PvP. I don't really care for that. Your Storm Ascendancy now increases nature damage dealt by an additional 10%. That one's good so that we can start using our Storm Ascendancy, which we haven't really been doing. But this is for boss fights as well. Eye of the Tornado, we need to go back up and grab. Stormbreaker is meh. Stormcloak is a shield, so. Warden for Stormcaller might the most skill-dependent specs to play on a glance for me. Compared to the vanilla WoW of classes, those abilities are meticulously hard to pull off. I wonder if anyone mains it. I have seen, so there's a couple classes that we just have not seen a lot of recently. Rangers, haven't hardly seen any Rangers of any spec. Star Callers, the only ones that we've been seeing have been tanks and one healer. I've seen one healer Star Caller. But it feels like for the most part what people are doing for the Star Caller, if anything, is the tank. So I don't know. I could be wrong on that, but in our dungeon groups, we haven't really seen a whole lot, so. Tank pretty much plays itself, nothing difficult, yeah. I've seen way too many healer Star Callers and rarely any Rangers. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I haven't seen a single. We saw one Ranger. I don't remember what spec they were running. Most likely the archery. How? Oh, I didn't realize I was out of freaking mana. I was like, why am I not doing any damage to this guy? Oops. Dang, a level 57 out here. Ranger used to be so stinking fun for me. And then it's like they went in and went, you know what? You're doing too much damage. You don't need to do any damage. And I was just like, bro. Because I feel like it got like heavily nerfed. Like heavily nerfed. Alright, so we just need a couple more miners and then we're done. And boom. Now, I will say, for the person who was asking what spec was better for the Stormbringer, if you're looking for one that you can pull off, 8, 9, at max level, K crits, if not higher, then go Lightning, because Arm of Thorum, once you get it situated, it's going to do a ton of damage, actually. Okay, I was trying to let y'all live, but if y'all really want to... Because I'm just going to do this. Because everything else is on the other side, so we're just going to teleport back to town. Little Plague Doctor look there. That was nice. Oh. I just... Okay. Only shock got an upgrade. Jeez. Gee, I got so much. Yeah, I'm playing with Lightning Spec and my Arm of Thorm crits for like 7k with full static. Yeah, you'll hit really hard with one skill. And if you can do the weave properly, if you're able to do the weave properly on there, you're able to, yeah. Oh, you'll kill a tank in one shot typically in PvP if you can do it right and get the spell off. What I find to be interesting though about the whole deal is that if you're able to do the weave properly on your spells, your Arm of Thorum and your Call of Lightning, you'll have Arm of Thorum crash down, do, like you said, 7k crit, and then you can get up to 50 static again real fast and do a Call of Lightning, and that one will do, 4 or 5k. It's not as much of as Arm, but it's pretty decent damage. So, I mean, either way, I highly recommend. Like, both are really, really good specs. I just feel like if you're going to do solo content like I'm doing and trying to get into, like, dungeons and whatnot while questing, I mean, this is just super good. And if we had more spell power and some more crit, stuff would not be getting to us. But see, like, I'm trying to focus more on int and spell power than anything else, so that int increases our crit rating, because completely buffed right now we're at 20. I would like to be closer to 25. Our hit rating needs to definitely go way up, but we're at 5%, which means if we were in PvP, we'd be fine. It's just when we start doing raids, we're going to have to be closer to 17%, if not over. But by the time we get to that part, we'll be all right. I also feel like they got rid of the ability for Torrential Wrath to hit multiple targets too, which is like super frustrating. I try to focus on hit and spell damage since you already got a ton of crit from lightning spec. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of crit because I'm in Maelstrom, so it doesn't give me any additional crit, but I can make it to where a lot of my skills basically have guaranteed crits or increased chance of critting. So now it says we gotta go way over there. Oh lord, there's 2 of them? Alright. Okay. We're gonna hit this. Hit you. Oh, I figured that was gonna be the case. There we go. And let's just run south. If that's where I think it is, I'm not doing that quest. Because it is nothing but an entire, like, castle area full of elites. And I really don't feel like slow walking my way through it. If there's people there that would be willing to help do the quest, sure. But yep, and there goes the internet acting stupid again. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to talk to my brother-in-law and my sister because that's gonna make trying to stream incredibly frustrating. Not just for me, but for you guys as well when it buffers and lags like that. Oh, like, and that's the thing too is like yesterday when I was getting all the settings and I did the internet test to make sure that everything was kosher, it showed up as 8 megabyte upload, which was fine for the settings that I currently have. But if it's now lower than that, I'm kind of SOL. Yeah, that's what I thought. This is the area with all the stupid elites. I'm not going to do that. So this quest, I'm just gonna go Amandiel. And then we're going to go run out here into Arathi Highlands because we're going to go do the Fiery Sparks and the Boulder Fists as long as we can get those done. And then that way we can turn all that stuff in. All right, who are you?
Hello.
Oh, dope. She gave us the Power World Fortitude, the Priesty buff. Thoradin's Wall. There's supposed to be fire elementals here, I believe. Cool. World Forged item, too. I didn't even get to see what it was. Flame infused offering band finger increases spell power. Holy cow. I'll take a loss of 6 in. Oh, that's a okay. I thought it was a ring. It's actually a necklace thing. Or not a necklace, no, it is a ring. Okay, cool. Three more. Two more. Jeez Louise, my guy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at the settings more, I think. But I'm definitely gonna go talk to the fam after this and figure it out. Because, like I said, if it's something simple to where I can just be like, hey, I will float you X amount every month to get a higher end deal, then that's what I'll do. Leave party, requeue for dungeons. Because it's almost at this point, like, why are we even trying to stream? You know what I mean? Like, if it's gonna have that much issue. But get up the stupid. Thank you. Somebody's done gone through here and obliterated all of them. Look at that. It was that guy we saw earlier. And it looks like one more dude. What did we just pick up? Haste rating, spell power, int, spirit. We'd lose 5 spell power to pick up haste rating and spirit, so. Sure, Jug. I'll join you guys, because you're probably going to nuke everything anyway. Another World Forged item, though. Heavy Tempered Blade. Increases attack power by 7. Chance on hit, strike your target with the heat of a forge, causing 32 to 47 fire damage with 5 strength, 5 agility. Two-handed weapon with 97 to 146 damage. Got to be level 33 to use it, y'all. So if you are a two-handed user that needs strength and or agility, there's a good level 33 item right here. No, I don't care. I just wanted to see if there was any of those guys out here. But it doesn't look like it. Looks like they are all in here. All the corpses are gone, so they should start respawning here shortly. Oh. Okay, there's the first enforcer that they've taken out. I don't even know what I need. Enforcers and ogres. And there's 9. There's 10. Says we've taken out 1 ogre. I guess those are outside potentially, or they're all the way in the back. That's an oh, that's just a witch doctor back here. Somebody's taking him out. Nope. Yeah, I think they're outside. Bunch of enforcers. Yep, they are definitely outside wandering. There's one. I wish you would just tell me what the issue is instead of just it's not receiving data. So stupid. Today may end up being a wash just so that I can go talk to my sister and brother-in-law and be like, hey, what do I got to do to get this fixed? You know what I mean? Like, if it is something that we just pay a little extra per month on what we currently have, since I'm hardlined into it, yay. If it's, I just need to move it somewhere to get it to work better, then also, yay. I need 2 more ogres. I don't care about that stupid quest. Thank you. Like, I'm gonna keep trying to stream today, but it's kind of frustrating me that the last 2 days, yeah, essentially, last 2 days have been like this. Okay, so it says there's a turn in there and a turn in there. I'm going to use this to go turn in stuff at the other one, and then we can fly.
What's beyond your mind?
Terrifying beasts. Then there's a turn in up over here.
Be quick about your business. Trust no one. Watch your back. Beware the living.
Okay. That. Deliver the plate of crispus in Evermore. Somewhere's in here. Upstairs, it looks like. Yep.
Choose wisely.
There we go. Where do I gotta go for this? I don't see this. Really? It wants us to follow this river up. It looks like into Western. Yeah. Okay. Looks like we're going on a trip. Dang, man. It just beyond kind of like pisses me off. Because it's not good for you guys. Like, it's not the kind of content that I want to put out for you guys. And I don't, man, I just don't know. Like, it frustrates me. You know what I mean? Huh. Weird. I thought maybe there was something in here, but like, there's a little bear cub there. There's like a little dog hut right there. I don't know. I was thinking maybe there would be a person or at the very least a world forged item there. Just waiting on tanks. Out there in Bellwood. I like how it says I haven't seen this person in 3 hours, which we played with them about 3 hours ago, and then it's saying that I haven't seen him in 8 days. Even though we were just playing with them in Dungeons. I will say one of the coolest skills we ended up getting so far, in my opinion, for the Stormbringer is the ability to do wind rides so we can summon people to us from anywhere in the game. If they're in your party and you're trying to do dungeons or whatever, you just boop and there they are. They're wherever you're at. Granted, it does not work in dungeons, so don't try that. So now we are headed back to town here to turn in this particular quest. And then this can be abandoned. This can be abandoned. This can be abandoned. There we go. This should just be normal quests. There shouldn't be any dungeon quests in here. We're at the Horde. Ragthar Deathgate is recruiting agents for a mission into the lands of Desolate. Speak with him if you wish to volunteer. He is stationed in the Barrens in a series of bunkers west of the crossroads. So, like, RFA bonus, which lets you teleport your friend to you or vice versa. Kinda, yeah. They get a 15-minute cooldown, but I can teleport them from anywhere in the world as long as I'm not in a dungeon. I think I can teleport them. I haven't tried to teleport somebody who is already in a dungeon.
What is it? Trust no one.
Trust no one. Okay. So the rest of these quests are all just terrible or weren't working or whatever. Yeah, almost identical to recruit bonus. Yeah, 100%. I would agree with that statement. But I think it's really neat. And apparently, I was hoping that it was going to be like a specific buff just for us, but apparently not. Like Blood Mage apparently got it. And somebody said that there's like 2 or 3 other classes that got it too. I think we're gonna go turn this in and then figure out how to go turn this in without picking anything else up, because I think going to Desolates would be a good idea at this point. Oop, that was not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Desolates is level 30, whereas... Oh, well, they're about the same. So I guess it doesn't really matter. Decline. Alright, here we go. And stunned. Whew! Another one's pretty beefy. But like I said, we got stunned partway through that, so... Also, he's level 56. Thorm's Gift, Conjure Storm, and he's lightning, so... He's lightning. wish I could stop getting stunned. That would be nice. Jeez, bud. He's 4 levels shy of max level, so I'm not surprised he's doing the amount of damage he's doing. I like how that dude is being blocked by a candlestick, and it's like, nope, you can't see him, sorry. And Boar is incineration, right? No, I think Boar is... Yes. Boar is incineration. Well... Yeah, if he's got Meteor, he has to be incineration. See, what frustrates me is if I was to go, like, click this dude and say, inspect, if I hit build, I'd have to write all this down. You know what I mean? But... Okay, time to start the Star Caller leveling. Once you hit 15, man, if you want to do dungeons together, I'm all game. God dang, he does so much. The heck is Thoram's Gift? Leave a pet. Oh, okay, that's from his, Got it. Okay. So Thoram's Gift is when you use your Arm of Thoram and hit the ground, it leaves a patch of electrified ground for a little bit. Wonder how the DPS specs on Starcaller do in PvE stuff like in a group. I don't know. That was a cool spell. I don't know what that was, but that was dope. the tank died. Interesting. I'd like to inspect this guy, though, just to see his gear output. Like, what is he stacking? Is it more crit? Or is it spell power? Like, what is he... Oh, well, no, it looks like he only has one. Oh, two, three. So he has a lot of, looks like he's got account-bound gear on. Or heirloom gear, rather. Spell power, crit, spell power, crit. Okay, yeah. Oh, healer got nuked. Shoot. Maybe for dungeons we start switching back over to lightning. Well, he did pull like 15 mob. Yeah. And now he's pulling all the way to the boss. And I got silenced, so I can't do anything. I don't understand why we're dying so much. If I'm being real. Like, the tank is pulling just fine, but then he's like, "Meh, I don't understand mechanics. Let's just pull everything." Because the problem that we're running into right now is the fact that that guy silences everybody, including the healer. If you don't see his spell cast, to either A, interrupt it, or B, get away from him. I think you have to stop casting when he's casting it so that it doesn't do it. Oh, that's Arcane Explosion. I'm too far away for it.
Burn in righteous fire.
great. Ha! I'm apparently far enough away that his stupid skill doesn't work on me. Okay, so if we can look at it here, we've got Spellstorm Mastery, that's fine. Cloudburst, Charge, Body of Light. Dang it. I mean, it's on stream. I can always go back and look, but that was pretty dope, man. Like, now granted, single target damage because he was in the room, probably got silenced a couple times. I absolutely, I was above him by 1.2k damage. So, single target, I do pretty darn good. How much spell power do you have, though? For me? I mean, right now I'm at 133 bonus damage. My crit is, when buffed, currently 18%. See, spell power. Yeah, 133. Okay, well, he got 44 from just the staff. What's yours? 26. But he was also using the heirloom staff. So that staff gets quite a bit as you rank it up. Or I should say as it levels. So, I mean, I've got as much spell power as I can pour into stuff right now. Now, that being said, I mean, if we swipe over to lightning, boop. And we want to do Arm of Thorim, right? We definitely want to get that. While rooted by Eye of the Storm, affected enemies now take 30% increased damage. Damage to like 4 lightning and now has a 20. I want to get that at some point too. Like, I need it to grab these 2 points, so I think I'm going to go ahead and grab that to get Volt to spread. And then we can grab... That's Electrocute, Lightning Cage. Ascend into the air and cage yourself in lightning for 30 seconds, locking yourself in place. Be great for boss fights. What level was he compared to you? He was level 56 when we started, hit 57 by the end. So he was what, 20 levels basically ahead of me. Yeah, true. Let's go grab. I'm gonna grab that because when I throw Eye of the Storm, it will they'll take 30% more damage from me anyway. Where's my book? There's my book. Okay. Under lightning, arm of Thorm goes there. This I'm just gonna take off completely. That's one. Vault. Where is it? That's 3. Shock is 4. Yes. So in this build, so my crit doesn't change. I'm at 18.84% crit. We definitely need to be higher in crit, I think. He was cranking though. Might have to make a Stormbringer after my chrono. Leveling 1, maybe I can catch up. Yeah. So I have a feeling not only do we need to focus spell power, but we definitely want to get that crit above the like 23% mark. Potentially hit max or hard cap for crit. Let's go turn in these quests. Queue for another dungeon. By the way, if you guys are on and you want to play anything, don't hesitate. Shoot me an invite. If you guys want to do dungeons or whatever, I'm just trying to level, so I don't care, but I'm more than happy to play with you guys. So I like when TikTok sends me a message like, "You may know this person." Bro, I made a TikTok like ages ago because one person kept wanting to send me TikTok videos, and at the time I couldn't look at TikTok videos without having a TikTok account. And it's the only reason I picked up a TikTok. And now it's like, you might know this person. I'm like, I'm fairly confident I don't. I'm never on TikTok. Like, never. Oh, man. So, what would be an easier area to level? Should we go Arathi Highlands or should we go Desolates? Like, I'm curious which one would be simpler to level. Or at least do quests in. I don't. Level is irrelevant, but do quests in. Excusez-moi. I want to say Desolates because I don't think I've ever. I don't think I've ever quested there. Decline that. Elstone Estates. We can pick that up because we have to run out there anyway. I want to know what happens if I try to queue with you on my Templar, but eating real quick. One of my last groups doing 55 to 60, I had one guy say, I was the only alliance. Stupid alliance stealing all our XP. I was like, dang, Ella didn't say anything though. I mean, you're more than welcome to queue with me, bud. I don't mind that. But yeah, that's ridiculous. Now, I will say, I know at one point, I don't know if it's still true today, but I do know at one point the Alliance on the back end was getting a 10% increase to XP, just like a flat 10%, I think it was, to help them level up at the same speed as the Horde, because all of the Horde, with the exception of Taran, had a pretty simple, like their quest lines were very straightforward. Spelled healing, gross. Yeah, first time ever. I happen to be like 58 and they're all 19 to 25. Except for in a dungeon, the XP rate doesn't work like that. How was the sales gig? Are you talking about my job? Like, what? Hello, everyone. Hello. Not that I'm coming out here to do any quests, but I am trying to get to this new area up over here. Oh, snap, it is so far below me. Oh, I'm dead. No fall damage? Dope. I only have 5 days on my WoW sub. Should I resub or play this? That's entirely up to you, man. If you want to go resub to retail, go do that. If you want to play something that doesn't require you to pay monthly fees and still have a good time, play this.
Great to meet you.
All right. Take the small scroll to Vehemence in the Royal Quarter in Undercity. Okay, Elixir of Agony in Undercity, and then we can go to Desolence from there. Okay, that's what we're going to do. We're going to end up going to Desolence. In technical sales, I mean, my primary job that I have is a sales job for furniture, and I can sell furniture basically all over the United States, for the most part, anyway. I'm level 21 TBC Annie. I mean, Burning Crusade. So, I mean, if you're... Let's see, where is Undercity? If you're saying, why not Stranglethorn? I don't know, we could do Stranglethorn. I've done Stranglethorn in the past. Like, I really haven't... Yeah, I mean, we could go to Stranglethorn, that's fine. I was just trying to find a zone I haven't gone to, so I don't mind doing Stranglethorn Vale. Spam Frostbolt getting off, so I went to Final Fantasy. I'm gonna be honest, Vibes, I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, spamming Frostbolt got old, so you went to Final Fantasy 14. Okay. That makes more sense now that I read the whole deal there. Is Lightning the best build for leveling in early dungeons? I'm brand new and looking for a direction to take Stormbringer. I started with Wind, but I'm starting to think that's better for raids PvP. Yes, it's better for raids and PvP. Just flat out better for raids and PvP from what we've been told. As far as single target stuff, if you're out in the open world, I highly recommend going Maelstrom over Lightning. Right now, we're trying to relearn Lightning for the most part. I'm more of a Maelstrom player myself. Incoming. Definitely need more crit though. That was crazy low. Yeah, I'm probably going to end up switching back to Maelstrom just because I like Maelstrom better. Because I'd be doing so much more damage. Granted, I'm not using my AoE stuff because I'm trying to focus on getting Arm of Thorum up. But do it this way. I mean, that wasn't bad. I think it could have been better, but I think it was bad. Is your Maelstrom bid posted anywhere? I would really be helpful as a starting point. I tell you what, as soon as this dungeon's over, I will go through and do the Maelstrom build just here live on the deal. We got put to sleep. Come on. And then that way you guys can kind of see roundabout how I I'm planning to do the Maelstrom build. And then I can turn that into a video somewhere. Because the one that is on the channel is actually, like, old. Can I please stop being put to sleep? Oh my goodness. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. Ascension. Builder, COE builder. All right. While we're flying, let's go Maelstrom. And see, I was already working on this. So like, now the way I do my builds is I typically work from the ground up, right? So from the bottom up. That being said, though, part of the thing that you want to also focus on, so like if I bring up this here, so everything here, if I want to do Arm of Thorn, hold on, I gotta switch back. I don't think I can switch. Yeah, can't switch while we're flying, so I gotta land first because we're in Maelstrom here. But let me. Can I reset? Reset. Confirm. And then I can actually post this too if need be. To like chat or something. But while we're flying, obviously, level 11, I'm just gonna start on this side of the tree here, and then we'll work on this tree here in just half a second. But Stormflow is always an important one. This right here changes static to brine, yay. Changes Call of Lightning to Torrential Wrath, also yay, right? This right here is going to give our Torrential Wrath increased damage and our Stormflow, so we definitely want 2 points there. Drown is critical for us. Dealing frost damage now has a 60% chance to increase the damage the target takes from Electrocute by 15% for 10 seconds, stacks up to 4 times. This is awesome, just because when we do get our critical shot, it will actually go off the way we want it. There's 3 points here, reduces the cast time of Torrential Wrath by 0.2 seconds, and increases your hit chance by up to 6%, which is phenomenal. You don't really need all 3 points here if you want to just stack a ton of haste and hit, but this still really does help out in the long run, right? We would then pick up increase critical strike chance of your Torrential Wrath and Electrocute by 30%, so that when we do get our Torrential Wrath, that is something that we want to do. And of course, now YouTube is saying there's no data because it's being stupid. Let's see, increases critical strike chance of Drown. We definitely want that because Drown is a good one against bosses. Increases your critical strike chance by 15% against enemies affected by Drown. That's always a good one. On this, we want to go with the Lei Shin. So this allows our Stormflow to critically strike, which is important. We want to pick up Deluge. That's another AoE skill that we'll have access to. You can go with if you're gonna do like PvP or you want to have a way to interrupt targets, though most melee characters, tanks, things of that nature are gonna have interrupts quite a bit. So you can pick this up or you can skip it. Up to you. Going over here, Voltic Mastery. The damage dealt by Deluge is increased by 5% for each stack of Conductive, which is nice. Reduces the cooldown and mana cost of Eye of the Storm by 30%. That allows us to pop Eye of the Storm a lot more. This is a good AoE for us, and it roots everybody, if I remember correctly. Yeah, and it rooted for 4 seconds, so it actually super helps. Let's see, what else do we got here? Increases the stack value of drowning or reduces the cooldown. We go with the cooldown so that we can pop drown a little bit faster. So instead of it taking a minute, it takes 45 seconds. Let's see, increases the damage of shock, which technically increases the damage of brine for our build. If you do go this, you could go over here and grab this if you really wanted to. So it increases the critical strike chance of electrocute by 30% against enemies below 20% health. If this was the lightning build and we were able to proc our electrocute more often, I would say yes, go for it, but we can't. We can get unstable. Your direct damage critical strikes cause your storm flow to tick 20% faster. For 3 seconds, so that can actually help do a little bit more damage. Amped flow, while channeling storm flow, your shock now strikes 1 additional target. So if you're wanting your brine technically to be multi-target, this is the way to go with that. Or we can go over here to static electricity. Critical strikes with torrential wrath now spawn an electrified water elemental to aid you in combat for 20 seconds. When an electrified water elemental dissipates, the cooldown of your drown is reduced by an additional 1.5 seconds. So that's always good. Makes you want to spam your torrential wrath a little bit more. We can grab Thunder Ward just so that we can get over here to Conductor in charge. Increases all damage dealt by party and raid members by 3% of your frost and your frost damage dealt by 5%. So yes, this can conflict with other deals that increase everybody's damage dealt by 3%, but it still gives us the 5% regardless. So it's kind of critical, right? And then we've got 2 points left. So this is kind of where you have to play from the bottom up here if you really wanted to. We could go Spheres of Power at the bottom. So your direct damage dealt now has a 25% chance to summon a power sphere that will move towards your target. Can only have 1 power sphere up at a time. Power spheres will redirect its movements towards enemies you cast Storm Flow on. Upon reaching the target, it deals damage based on your spell power, and I forget what the other one is. And it does spell storm damage to them and enemies within 5 yards. We could go with Storm Cloud, which is typically the way I recommend going with this. Summon a cloud above an enemy target for 15 seconds, causing them to take 20% additional damage from your spells. Using Torrential Wrath on an enemy affected by Storm Cloud causes a geyser to erupt beneath them, dealing 571 plus 25% frost spell power, frost damage, and knocking them up slightly. Obviously, if it's a boss, it's not going to do the knockup, but it's still a solid one to go with if you want to go that route. Or we have Shockingly Powerful. Your Conduction now has a 25% chance not to consume Conductive. Or Conduction has a 25% chance not to consume Conductive. Meh on that, if I'm being perfectly honest. However, if you really want to go with Storm Fury, summon a Fury of Rain, Wind, and Lightning from the sky for 20 seconds. Every 2 seconds, enemies within 30 yards of the caster are zapped with lightning. This just does damage around you. So if you're wanting to be point blank in the group, yay. Otherwise, you got to be within 30 yards of the target, which isn't really that far, but it doesn't allow us to be at our maximum range. Personally, I like going here with Binder of Storms. So damage dealt by Conduction now has a 60% chance to summon a Thunder Orb. Summon a Thunder Orb at a target location for 16 seconds and triggers Orb Shock and generates 10 static. more static for us. Deals 16 plus 4 nature spell damage, not a whole lot, up to 3 enemies, and increases damage taken from thunder orbs and spheres of power by 8 seconds, stacking 6 times. So this is a good one. Electrified waters is always good. Your direct critical strikes against an enemy affected by drown spawn an electrified water elemental to aid you in combat for 20 seconds. When an electrified dissipates, the cooldown of drown is reduced. So I like going there and then picking up. If we go mid, you can actually get all 3, or you have access to all 3. Me personally, I like going Storm Cloud versus going with Shockingly Powerful or going with Spheres of Power. Just because this allows us to have another AoE option in a build that is primarily single target. So that's roundabout how I build it for me. This is how I would build this up, okay? There are things like kinetic energy that increases your critical strike chances increased by 2%, stacking 3 times for 10 seconds, which is a grand total of 6% increased critical strike chance. So if you're not wanting to stack gear or enchants with critical strike, go that route. Okay. As far as this side goes, we would go wind and then wind shifts so that we get the spell haste, as well as reducing pushback, which doesn't really affect us all that much. We're going to definitely get body of lightning as well as charge. We want to pick up arcane lightning so that we get the 5% int and spirit. We want to pick up the 1 point here so that we can get the reduced cost of shock, in our case brine, by 15%, which is great. We want to pick up Conjuration Mastery so that our Conjure Storm now refunds 10 static. We want to pick up Eye of the Storm because we're getting buffs over here from it, as well as now over here. On this, we have either Casting Discharge now restores 5% more mana, or you can get Haste. If you're not worried about mana, go with the haste. If you could care less about your movement speed, you can go here. So this actually will get you to 40% increased movement speed for 6 seconds if you cast it at least twice. So kind of either or you want to go with that. I'm just going to click mana for me. Your Body of Lightning now regenerates 1% additional maximum mana per tick, or reduces the cooldown of Body of Lightning by 30 seconds. So Body of Lightning has like a minute and a half. And then by clicking this one right here, it reduces it down to a minute. If you're okay with the minute and a half cooldown, you can click this right here to get an additional 1% mana back while it's active. So again, whichever way you want to go with that. Leveling, I would recommend going lesser speed versus mana back, because you can just spam our ability to get mana back. So I went that route, but if you're wanting more mana back, go Surge Overload. Storm Chaser is a good one. Dealing direct spell damage now has a 33% chance to reduce the cast time of your next Call of Lightning by 15% for 10 seconds, stacks 2 times. This allows you to just pump Call Lightning out a couple times. Pretty good there. Obviously, we're going to get Storm Ascendancy. Let's see here. This is the effectiveness of our Aegis spells. I would put 2 points into there so that you get 30% increased effect. We have Thunder Grip. Again, this is where we can start coming back and doing some other stuff to try and get down here. Because honestly, the only 2 worth a darn is either Waterfall, dealing critical damage now reduces all of your cooldowns by 0.5 seconds, or Thunder King, which allows you to just do bunches of damage. For 20 seconds, your Call Lightning strikes 3 additional nearby enemies. Your movement speed is increased by 25%. You generate 5 static every 1 second. While active, damaging critical strikes, deal bonus spell storm damage, scaling with your spell power, and grant Raging Storm. Raging Storm increases our spell haste by 3%, stacking up to 10 times, which is an additional 30% haste, so you can cast like a mofo pretty darn quick if that's the route you want to go with it, right? So it just depends on which way you want to go there. this skill here. So this is all about our Stormbreaker, which we don't really use in PvE. There's not a whole lot of call for it unless we're trying to help out the healer. PvP, there's a little bit more just so you can get rid of like slow effects, right? Or you could do Stormbreaker. Now heals you for 3% of your maximum health anytime you dispel a magic effect. I tend to not go with either of those just because they're both kind of PvP. And even if I get to this middle skill here, I can still grab Thunder King. Power Surge, however, your Storm Ascendancy now increases nature damage by an additional 10%. If I can just get to this, I can grab this and this. So I'm going to come back up here. We want to get to... Which one was it? Yeah, this one. So we want to go here. This right here, we have the ability to increase maximum mana, rage, energy, focus, and runic power of allies within 40 yards by 3%. That still affects us. Or you can go with this one, increases the effectiveness of Call of the Winds or Call of the Storms by 20%. Those are buffs that we can throw on other allies that do things. I personally think if you don't have anybody else that's able to increase everybody's maximum expenditures, go this route. If you do have somebody else that could do it for your group, raid, PvP group, whatever, definitely go with Call of the Winds or Call of the Storm by 20%. We can do Exhale, release the pressure of nearby allies, dispelling one movement, slowing effect, repeating every 3 seconds for 9 seconds. This is great for PvP. We could do points here, so increases the critical strike chance of your invigorating surge, that's our heal, by 20%. I would just put 1 point in there for now. You can always come back and add another one if need be. Yeah, invigorating surge. Okay. Storm Cloak, that's a good shield for us. This gives us access to Aether Mastery, allows 30% of your mana regeneration to continue while casting, and increases your critical strike chance by 2%. We want to grab both of those. I also want to come over here and grab up Storm Channeling. While Storm Cloak is active, your armor is now increased by 500% of our intellect. Sorry. Reduces magic damage, which is meh, but it's allowing us to drop down and grab these two if need be. I don't think we can do it just quite yet. Reduces the total threat generated by 30% and increases the range of Gust of Wind by 3 yards is so we can come back up here and grab 1 more point there. This opens up both of these abilities if we wanted to. We can only grab one, though, based on our point allocation here. So we can either go Lingering Storm, increases the duration of Storm Cloak, Conjure Storm, and Body of Lightning by 30%, so our AoE skills get better, and our shield. Or we can grab this one, which increases our damage temporarily while we're in Storm Ascendancy. I would say this would probably be your best bet out of the two. And then if you're going to be doing a lot of crits so you can get more cooldown, go that way. If you're wanting to basically move a little bit and then cast a bunch of stuff, move a little bit, cast a bunch of stuff, go with Thunder King. I'm going to go here because I want our crits to just proc cooldowns constantly so that we can keep doing our AoE skills, or we can keep doing Torrential Wrath, or we can keep doing, you know what I mean? So that is how I would build my Maelstrom all the way through. Make sense? Also, I got to do a couple shout outs here because we got a few new subs and I didn't call those out, so I do apologize. I don't know how I missed those. Avanar over on Twitch, thank you for the follow. Tobias over on YouTube and Dave Does Hiking, thank you both for the sub over on YouTube. Thank you so very much and welcome to the guild. But there you go. That's how I would do it. And then we can go export, Control C. And just in case anybody wants it. I guess open in web browser. I don't know why it's being difficult like that. Oh, it's not going to let me. The string is way too long. That's a bummer. I wonder if I can do this. Hold on. Can I post it as a message on the channel board? Boop, customize. Ah, that's bright in my eyeballs. And we're switching back over to Maelstrom. Go to post tab. All right, there. Now it's a message on the channel board. Boom. Awesome. Thank you so much for walking through the build. Now, keep in mind, Gyrospin, that is my point of view. There are probably a couple mistakes with it. We'll figure that out as we level. There could be a few things that I have completely wrong. But yeah, I mean, that's roundabout how I would do it for now. So yoink. I remember when I thought that this water would like deal damage because it's green, you know. I was like, oh, if it's green, it has to be poison, right? So like it will hurt you to do, you know, to go swimming in it essentially. Why am I running? What a... And of course, it picks one of the largest mounts I have. Yeah, I don't care. Where does it say I need to go for that quest? It says the Royal Quarter, but I don't see anybody to turn it into. Oh, it's way down there. Okay, I got it. Over there with Sylvanas, back when she was a bad A and controlled everything. I ditched the chrono for Ranger, been having a blast. I'm glad you're having a blast, man. We don't really see a whole lot of Rangers ever since they really messed with its damage output compared to the other archer style classes that there are. But I'm glad you're having an absolute blast with it. I loved the archer or the ranger when I first started playing it. I just got to say hi to Sylvie. Even though she is by far the worst. Look at her, man. You became the worst. Absolute. Look me in the eyes when I'm talking to you. Stop turning your head, ugly. You became the worst
What joy is there in this curse?
war chief we had, homie. I just want to say. Also, the fact that she looks vastly different from this point to the point where she becomes war chief is hilarious. All right, well, if we're not going to go there, so abandon. And now we need to go back to the flight deck so that we can fly to Stranglethorn. Or no. We want to take the Zeppelin to Stranglethorn. in the low brackets, I'm getting like 16 kills and 1 death, so I'm having fun. Absolutely, man. Look, maybe it's just we were terrible at playing it. I'm not 100% sure, but in PvE situations, Mitchell, I mean, like we haven't seen any. We saw one, and it was the archery spec. I'm almost certain because I didn't see any birds. And that's it. It's the only one we've seen in PvE. Out of all the classes and all the dungeons we've been doing, we've only seen the one. We want to go up top because I think there's the Zeppelin that we can take. I avoided those hot looking red rocks in Syrian Gorge for so long because I assumed they'd hurt you like lava. Oh, yeah, no, I can. I'm just saying, like, I mean, the first time you come to Undercity or make an undead, right? And you come down here, everything tells you that green is not good for you. Like, it looks like poison. It should hurt you like poison. And then you fall in it by accident. You're like, wait a minute, I'm not taking any damage. Yeah, I'm the bow spec. We'll have to wait to get higher levels in PvE to get all the AoE abilities. I mean, I hope so because I know at one point they got there weren't hardly any. There's like 2 for Farstrider, and I didn't see any when we were trying to play the archery build. Oh, I took that a little too sharp. Ran right off the edge. All right, so this one takes me to Orgy, right? Yep, Orgrimmar, which means this one should take us to Grumgall. And yay, we can now grab all the quests. The last time we came over here, we couldn't grab any. Also, Grumgall has not changed at all in terms of the city, the way the technically fort looks. That's definitely angry looking. I don't know what's going on with that, but all right. All right, and then for giggles, just so that we don't accidentally teleport to the wrong area, do that, and then let's reset up our bars here. Maelstrom. We want brine, storm. Is that really all I need? No. What did I have as 4? Oh, drown. That's what we had. There we go. All right. So it looks like the majority of our quests are up here. There's also Hemet that we can do too. I think I'm just going to go run over to Hemet and start his quest lines first. Because some of his will bleed into the ones that we can do out here too. Waiting on a DPS. Oh, Hemet changed though. I kind of like this. This is nice.
What can I do for you?
Instead of them all being bunched up right on top of each other.
What can I do for you? Off with you.
So currently sitting at 20 crit and 159 essentially spell power. Alright, so somebody overrode my deal. Also, this right here is called an ascended spell. And it seems like only the pyromancers get those spells. Alright, so if they overrode this one, can I pop the mana one? Call of the Wind onto myself? That was not nice to put me to sleep, bud. And kaboom! I think I just like the archery spec because that's how I played Skyrim, like a ranged rogue. Nice. I feel you. No, I'm all for it, man. I tell people all the time, play what you like. If you like playing the archer, play it. If that's what you have fun with, man. You might be the person that finds that build that takes it from, you know, a beast tier build for me into an S tier build for you. And no matter how well I practice at it, I might not be able to get any kind of damage out of it. But the second I play with you, you're hitting, you know, 100k DPS or something crazy. So play what you like, man. Oh, our tank's level 18. That's why we're going slow. Helps if I'm targeting somebody when I'm trying to do DPS. Jeez. Plus, I have an ability that can turn my party into bushes, which will be troll and PvP. LOL. Nice. The one that really messes with me in PvP situations are the let's see, spell versus. Okay, so that could get disenchanted, disenchant, strength, disenchant. The one that I think is the craziest in PvP is Pyromancer. Because of their Dragon Leap, they're able to get into some of the craziest spots. And then it's almost impossible to get them out of said spot. So now, I have no idea which build would be better for PvP as a Pyromancer, but I can tell you this, Pyromancer is probably going to be, like, I think their leap should be changed in terms of where they can and can't jump to, or at least put some invisible walls up. Because I've had a couple where I was doing some PvP stuff, and they were able to jump up on like roofs and stuff no one else could get to. And the only way we were able to take them out was by having a Reaper go up there and obliterate them. So. Yeah, no, they're insane, man.
What's on your mind?
What's on your mind?
Safe travels. You got my attention. See you soon. Well met. Light bless you.
We're starting to get some more lag now.
What can I do for you?
What can I do for ya? Watch your back. How are ya?
Okay.
Soon.
Hold up. I do have a target. I'm targeting that guy right there. Meow. Another tiger there. Do I need the crocs yet? No. Three more kitty cats. Two more kitty cats. Jeez. Really? One more cat. There we go. Also, we leveled up to 39. Nah, I'll go crit strike first. Alright, so those kitty cats are done. Now we need the other kitty cats, the panthers. And I'll try later this evening to lower the settings a little bit more. I just don't want to lower them so low that the game looks like crap, you know what I mean? Like right now it looks still okay aside from the lagginess. But like I said, I'm gonna talk to my brother-in-law and my sister. I want to see if there's something we can do with the current one that might be able to increase capacity. or if there is just in general something else that we can do. Even if I need to either pay for it in full or pitch in to help pay for it or something. I want to finish this quest here. And then, because we seem to be getting a lot more lag spike right now, it's probably because all the kids are doing something, and I'm sure my brother-in-law's home, so him and my sister are probably watching something on the TV, so we'll, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to mount up. That's what I'm trying to do. If I can get it working better tonight, we'll stream one more time. If I can't, then bummer. I thought I had everything figured out. It was working pretty well last night, so I know I'm struggle busting it, man. I was hoping to be much higher today, and then the internet just really doesn't want to cooperate. And then we had that storm come through, and just in general has been a real struggle bus kind of day today. Here we go. Here's some more. Oh, I'm out of mana and wasn't paying attention. Really? He was probably looking to gather up more than just one. Does anybody know of some like high quality, good gear for spell power and int that is a world forged item that's pretty darn decent, whether that's a weapon, armor pieces, trinkets, rings, whatever? If anybody knows of one, I would be greatly appreciative. And that might be a thing I go focus on later. We need 3 more young panthers. Two more. One more. I mean, I guess we could just sit up here and wait for one of those to respawn. Run back across the bridge and hope that maybe one of those respawns. That's just across the bridge. Yep, there's one. Alright, let's go turn both of these quests in real quick. And then, as terrible as it sounds, I know I wanted to do a lot longer stream today. I'm going to work on some stuff on the background, see if I can get this to work a little bit smoother without sacrificing any more graphically. And then go from there, because I doubt anybody would be able to watch this right now. And, well, I don't know. Let's just for giggles, if I put that into 1080, it still looks clean, but I don't know. I'm streaming at 720 already. I think if I go any lower, it's going to look like garbage. But if I can figure some stuff out tonight, I'll be back on. We'll just do a late night stream and we'll go from there. If I can't, I do apologize. We'll stream tomorrow morning. Hope that it's. Oh, wait, no. Tomorrow's Thursday. We won't be streaming tomorrow.
Can I help you?
I was going to work on videos tomorrow, but I've got to take my nephew in to go do some stuff for football. And then I have to pick him up. So it's not like drop him off, come back home, do some more stuff on YouTube, then head to work. It's I drop him off at 9, and an hour and a half later, I have to pick him back up, essentially. And then I have to head to work. So tomorrow definitely won't be any streaming. As much as I would love to get something done, family's always first, in my opinion. So there is that. All right, so we are going to hearth back to our new base camp so that we can get the XP buff rolling. I'm going to go look and see what I can do to try to help strengthen the internet a little bit more. And then also talk with, like I said, talk with my sister, talk with my brother-in-law, see if there's some way that we can get potentially a better internet or pay a little bit more to get a better internet, something of that nature. If we can figure something out, hopefully we can get it going pretty quick. But yeah, I do apologize in advance for today, guys. Or well, not in advance because we're at the end of the stream for now, but I do apologize. It's not the kind of content that I would like to put out. I hope you guys are still having fun, chit-chatting with me and having a good time. I appreciate that, Digi. If you guys are not subscribed to the channel and you would and you're interested in seeing more content, once this guy hits 60, we'll start leveling something else while still focusing on getting this guy geared. Um, if there's a specific class that you guys want to see me do next, let me know. If there's a spec that you have questions about and want my point of view on it, let me know. If you like seeing Ascension content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's the best way to know when I go live. It lets me know I'm doing a good job. It lets you guys know when I'm live. I do try to stream every day with the exceptions of Thursday for at least 2 hours a day. Today will be at 3.5 hours unless I can get stuff to work a little bit better and I stream later this evening. On top of that, you know, I try to get as much content as I can out as best as I can. We're currently at 8.34k subs, which is amazing and phenomenal and and just crazy to wrap my head around that we're that high in sub count already. So I'm super blessed. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. But I will catch you guys in the next one. Hope to see you there. Have fun. Be safe. But as always, stay legendary, heroes. Peace out.